offered you 20,000 pounds for every dot that stopped, would you really, old man, tell me to keep my money? Or would you calculate how many dots you could afford to spend? Free of income tax, old. Free of income tax. Oh, well, you can save money nowadays.
A lot of good your money will do you in jail.
That jail's in another zone.
My goal today is to finish up editing 2 portrait sessions I did last week. This is another kind of photography gig I do from time to time to supplement my income, although I don't usually share this part of my work here for the sake of my clients' privacy. I think that's kind of the financial key sometimes when you work for yourself or when you have a freelancer career with inconsistent work opportunities. One way I was able to survive off my earnings from the very beginning was to build up multiple streams of income, and it keeps the job interesting as I'm not always in the studio by myself or editing products. I don't plan on sharing much of the work I do for portrait clients, but let me know in the comments if you would be interested in hearing tips and tricks about this side of photography. I'm unintentionally representing young LA again with today's fit. After a quick 3-hour work session, I'm off to grab Thai food with family for an extended lunch break. I somehow didn't manage to do anything of entertainment value these past 2 days. We had gorgeous weather. I've been making kimchi tuna bowls and eating beautiful pomelo cakes from Taiwan. Today's first order of business is attempting to snag a few coveted tickets for the Huntington Gardens. But with the number I was assigned, I don't think it's going to happen this time. Moving on with the rest of the day because I finally have enough going on in the next few hours to actually vlog. I'm here to pick up a few plants for a shoot this afternoon, as well as a few fresh ingredient props for other shoots that are coming up soon. I usually try to grab fresh ingredients as close to the shoot date as possible. And if it works out, I also try to match ingredients between 2 shoots so they won't go to waste in the meantime. So for example, in today's case, I'll be using the same plants I just picked up for 2 different brand shoots in the next few days. It's been a few hours and I'm now getting ready for a new client call.
Hey, how are you? I'm actually based in LA, but I did used to live in New York for many years. I definitely always value your input as well, and I think a lot of times when you're kind of creating content, it's good to always have that back and forth conversation to make sure the end result is truly something that works well for your brand and for your needs. So I feel like most brands, especially if you're on the smaller side, you're gonna use that content on every platform that you possibly can. You definitely need to take advantage of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Now it's time to start today's shoot. The first shoot's product is actually not released yet, so I'm gonna hide it for now. I'll most likely be doing a separate video covering the full shoot once it's on the market, so stay tuned for that. And here I am searching for a backdrop that most closely resembles a sunny blue sky, which I'll probably end up editing in anyways. This will do for now. I'm pretty much going to be creating a forest scene for all of the styled shots in this project. Thankfully, you can fake a lot with creative styling approaches. These are the plants I got at Trader Joe's earlier. This is what the reality looks like when you create high-end photos but have a low-end props budget. You might remember these branches from my foraging adventure in the park 2 weeks ago. And here I've gathered a few additional plants from the backyard to create a canopy of leaves behind the product. To make it look like there's more plants than there actually are in real life, I'm shooting with a low aperture for a blurred background. For more shooting and styling tips like these, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We've moved on to the second brand for today. Since this is a totally different product and client, I'll reveal what I'm actually shooting with. I was not expecting the texture of this product to be oil-based, so you can see me struggling to create some aesthetically pleasing shapes for a swatch shot. If you need some tips on shooting with oil textures, make sure to check out my previous hair care shoot vlog. Because here, I'm essentially showing you what not to do with oil textures. As you can see, I'm reusing the same plant leaves as the previous shoot, but the styling and shot setup is totally different. I woke up this morning determined to have a productive editing session at the library today. But I just felt so exhausted and a bit defeated from letting myself lie in bed a bit too long this morning. So I decided to just work from home today. This honestly hasn't been a very busy week. I only had 2 deadlines on very small projects and that one day of shooting yesterday. But I know I have a lot coming up in the next few weeks, so it's best to let my body rest in preparation for the next month. I can't believe I'm solidly booking gigs and projects at least 2 to 3 weeks out in advance at this point. It feels nice to not have to worry about being unemployed for the next few weeks. And of course, I'm excited to share with you all the upcoming new projects I'm going to be working on. Without giving too much away for now, one project even involves creating a lot of GIFs. So let me know if you'd like to see any tutorials or tips on creating more motion or animation-based work. I accidentally took a nap instead of working, and now my remedy is to go to the park. My base outfit makes me look like a burglar or a 2004 iPod commercial.
1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
So let's switch it up a bit with a turtleneck. Sometimes I think this will be the last time I wear one this season, and then we have days like this where the temperatures dip just below 60. So let's add one more layer just to be safe since I'll be outside the whole time. I don't know how others feel, but moving to LA has converted me into wearing leggings as pants. I honestly still cringe a bit at that thought, so I always make sure to wear something on top that will cover my butt to feel more comfortable. It's one of those days where the sun's been dipping in and out, yet there's quite a few people at the park today. I feel so refreshed just being outside, and I think seeing so much greenery helps too. Some days I miss the river and city views from the park by my old New York apartment. For context, this was the one time I saw police officers on horseback on the pier. Being at sunset, it kind of reminded me of 60s Western films. Okay, back to the drama in my life, which has basically only existed in the form of this novel, which I'm still powering through and determined to finish by the time this vlog uploads. It was about halfway in that I started to get a faint desire to DNF it. For those of you not familiar with Book Talk or BookTube, DNF stands for Did Not Finish. What has bothered me the most was that this book has felt a bit like a melodrama, but hasn't quite achieved the effect because nothing has really pulled at my heart or mind enough. Anyways, thank you for sticking around this week, the same way I'm choosing to stick with this book until the very end, for better or worse.